basically got to design my own shower, and I really appreciated that. Came to the house and it was like very comfortable. He was like someone I knew all my life. So I basically got to design my own shower, and I really appreciated that. Like down at the Cape, they have a walk-in shower, and I love that. So I said, I want one of those in my house.
Absolutely.
And I don't take baths because it's difficult for me to get in and out of the tub. And then there's the danger of slipping and falling. So it's like, this really appealed to me.
Absolutely.
It's what I wanted.
Absolutely.
The very first thing they did was put down a carpet runner in my hallway on the hardwood floor. And then they put pieces of paper on either end just to make sure that they weren't going to track any rainwater in. And I was very impressed with that. And my cat loved the rug.
Oh, I bet.
I sat out at the kitchen table, which is one room over, and worked on art projects. And it was like, there's nobody in my house. I heard a little banging, a little crying, a little sighing, but they were absolutely quiet. I was so impressed. Every time he came out of the bathroom, he stopped to tell me what he was doing and that he was going to run downstairs and talk to his brother. He'd be right back up, and then he'd show me what he did. It's like they took the tub out. I was sitting right there, and I didn't even see him carrying these pieces of stuff out. But next thing I know, it's down to the bare studs, and he's bringing me in and saying, well, this is your plumbing, and I hardly heard them talk.
Isn't that crazy?
It was just so quiet, and every step they stopped to tell me what they were doing next. And Roberto brought me in here when they did the floor and when they did the wallboard, and said next step is we're going to start putting the panels up. I said okay, and they didn't ask for the ceiling, but he said we decided we're going to put it in because that way water, if it splashes up, it won't hurt your ceiling. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, okay. So they knew what they were doing, and they knew what was best for me, and I was happy with that. I would not have known anybody worked in here at all. There was not a speck of dust. There's no debris. All the way down the stairs, nothing in the garage, nothing out in the driveway, spotless. Everything was just perfect. It's like, I don't know where they put all that stuff they took, but it was gone. Roberto came out and said, I need your help in here. I need to know where you want your grab bars and how high you want your seat. It's like, okay, well, I want one here. And so he said, okay, well, stand here and show me where you're going to grab it. So I did, and he measured. And then he said, step in and show me where you want this one. So I did. And then he says, well, how high do you want your seat? I said, oh, I don't know. He goes, well, you have the elevated toilet. Is that a good height for you? I go, yeah, it's perfect for me. I can get up and down easily. So he went over there and measured it, 17 inches, okay. So
easy.
It worked out, yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, it was. I received a couple calls with updates on this was like back ordered, and they gave me a tentative date, but it actually arrived sooner than they told me. And then Kiana called me and said, I'm calling to schedule a installation date with you, and it was only like a week away.
How excited were you when you got that call?
I was like, whew, we're gonna beat my surgery date. So I was really happy.
That's awesome.
Because I told Tim that I was gonna have surgery, but I didn't have a date set yet, but now it's been pushed out to April, so I thought it would be like by the end of March this month. But this happened sooner, so
that's
I was
awesome.
glad about that.
Yeah, that's great.
You worked with my deadline. Absolutely. They're very easy to work with. They go with your ideas. They don't try to sell you anything. It's like you design your own, and if you don't have that ability to design something, I'm sure they would come up with something very nice.
That's awesome.